Phat Mandy.
Brian Edward.
Jazz, cosmic jazz chanteuse. Does that do it justice?
C'est la vérité. That is what they have called me. I play in a lot of unexpected places, and I do a lot of non-traditional music. I do write more recently, and I've always sung original songs by my friends and local composers, like Christiana D. and Coulter Harper, and Tony DePaulis is my arranger. So we do a lot of original material, and I like more eclectic covers. Like I like more. I've learned as many standards as I could fit in here, but I like the more eclectic ones, and I also like multilingual music. I used to go to an international summer camp when I was very young, and so we always were singing in French and Spanish and
Frère
Russian.
Jacques, yeah.
Frère Jacques, oui. Je peux chanter Frère Jacques si vous voudrez.
I view you as a Pittsburgh icon. I do.
Aw.
You must hear that.
I do. It's always weird.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like I'm calcified. You know, like I don't know how to take that.
Well, I think it is a great tribute to your originality.
Well, thank you.
So
That's kind of you to say.
Let me ask you, where, how, and when was Phat Mandy born?
I was born by the river. I used to be Sister Master of the Fist Masticating Arts.
Now, are they a nonprofit?
No, that was my role.
Okay.
That was my role. I was the Sister Master, and my speciality is the Fist Masticating Arts.
Now, is that something that you could describe on film?
I could just do it, but like afterwards, like for the outro. Before that, I did try to be a legitimate actress. I worked with all the greats. I worked with Ted Hoover.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Well, now why did you not pursue that? Because you've got a great stage presence. Because I've seen you perform, and I think that would translate very well to the dramatic stage.
When you do theater, you have to invest some serious time into that. I have so much respect for actors and actresses and the people in the serious theatrical arts, but you have to dedicate months and months to like this one thing, and you're not being yourself. You're a vessel for someone else's creative vision, and you bring what you can to it you're not just like a meat puppet. You're not just like a flesh suit for someone else's dream, but it is somebody else's words. It's somebody else's thing. Whereas I just like the ultimate freedom of being able to like decide my own set list. I want to sing these songs. This is happening in the world right now. This is how the audience is feeling. They want this. They want that. Like there is no freedom like that.
That's true.
In a theatrical realm.
But Pittsburgh's been pretty good.
We're popping. We're popping. People
Yeah.
loving the Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
They're finally seeing what we've been telling them all along. The Pittsburgh's got it going on.
Do you feel that in any way Phat Mandy's personality and Pittsburgh reflect each other at all?
Oh gosh, poor Pittsburgh. I hope they have a good therapist. I don't know. I've always loved Pittsburgh. I've always been thrilled to be here. Like I travel a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I used to tour with a circus inspired sideshow punk rock extravaganza. You know, and I did the country for years. And that's actually when Phat Mandy was born. Getting back to your earlier question, is I needed to tour, and Mr. Sisto, and Sister Master of the Fist Masticating Arts wasn't hanging. Nobody could remember that. So my friend David Apocalypse, who taught me how to eat glass and pound spikes in my face and do the straitjacket escape.
It's always good to have those talents hanging around on a resume. You never know.
This one time in Mercy Hospital. Oh my goodness. Anyhow, he called me Mr. Sister Phat Mandy to go with my half man, half woman act, because that's what I did in the show. I did like a half man, half woman. I'd sing like love songs to myself. And I played my...
Sounds like a regular Friday night to me.
Well, and I played my cello in the sideshow punk rock band because my mother would not let me take my bas mitzvah money and spend the money that I made on my bas mitzvah on changing my name to Faith Spock. She did let me buy a cello, however. So I took my cello on the road. I'm playing this 200-year-old Bavarian cello with the punk rock like ding 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 in the half man, half woman suit, and that was the birth of Phat Mandy.
Wow.
Was playing cello in a punk rock band starving across America.
Now, Mandy's look has changed a little bit over the years. She's morphed a little, but it's always very, you know, the makeup's always gorgeous. You know, how crucial is that to, you know, your performance, the face?
John Waters once said you needed to pick a look and stick to it. I only heard that last year, but I think he's right, because that's what I've always done. I learned, my makeup evolved from stuff I had seen other burlesque and sideshow performers do, and then I met this really influential drag queen in Minneapolis in 1997 at the Gay 90s named Carmela Marcela Garcia, who taught me how to do the glitter lips, and I've just maintained. We actually, at most gigs, I'll spend, after the show, I'll spend half the time talking about how to do the lips, and then I will actually spend speaking about the music or who wrote it or who arranged it or selling CDs. They really just want to hear about the lips.
Yeah, like what's your makeup budget on average for a month? Like, my God.
I'm actually, you know what? I get around it. I'm actually a Mary Kay beauty consultant.
Well, that is a perfect marriage, isn't it?
Because if you'd like to book a party with Phat Mandy, just send me an email through my website, phatmandy.com, and say I want to book a Mary Kay party. I'll come to your house. I'll bring the samples. We'll have a little facial.
Now
we'll discuss beauty.
I mean, I have no use for makeup, but I would do that because that would probably be the most entertaining evening
That's what we
I can
should
imagine.
Do.
So, you know, Pittsburgh adores you.
I adore Pittsburgh.
But you're looking to get away for a little bit.
I do. I don't want to leave Pittsburgh so much as I want to take Pittsburgh to the rest of the world. You know, all of my musicians that I play with, you know, they've been playing music in the Pittsburgh jazz scene for 40, 50 years. I want to take it out of town. So that's the name of my Kickstarter campaign, is Get Phat Mandy Out of Town. And it is my goal to take my show, which includes what I consider to be the best of Pittsburgh jazz musicians and the best of Pittsburgh burlesque performers and sideshow marvels and variety entertainers, and eventually get us to Europe. I've spent over $10,000 each on each one of my CDs, and I have 4. This is my latest one. I don't know if we want to show it.
Oh, absolutely. Phat Mandy in the Cultural District.
I'm very excited about this.
Hey, fat chick, you got it coming to you is the title.
It's true. Do you want to hear a little bit? Should I sing it to you? Hey, fat chick, yes, you got it coming to you. Hey, fat chick, why?
You got it coming to you. Hey, fat chick, you got it coming to you. When I was young, I joined the circus. I came up with freaks, it's true. But while I saw the nation, I only dreamed of kissing you. I sang to lovely rubber men and fire-breathing bikes. We didn't have no Facebook, so you could not count the likes.
Cheers to you,
I gotta get Phat Mandy out of town. You's gotta help. You's gotta get on that Kickstarter and help Phat Mandy get out of town. Because if I stay here, I'm gonna start breeding with the locals, and none of you want that. We gotta get our duo act together.
We do. We need to. We're behind on that.
We're gonna take it on the road. And I was like, why is everybody talking about Flavor Flav? And then he just walked in, and I turned around, and I was like, oh, it's Flavor Flav. And so, you know, I was young. I didn't know it was inappropriate to just run up to people and give them your CD. So when he was in a break from his conversation, I just ran up to him and was like, Mr. Flav, I'm just such a big fan of your work.
Mr. Flav, yeah.
She used to be in the adult film industry, I believe. And she's an amazing singer. If you haven't had a chance to check out her work, you should. She's won so many awards.
Musical work, let's specify. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure her theatrical work was pleasurable as well. I make no judgment. Okay, well, I definitely probably should not engage in ramen noodle wrestling anymore. They let me put fire-breathing robots in that space once at the Oakland Beehive. I had this crew from San Francisco called Seamen that I had met at Burning Man and invited them to come to Pittsburgh, and they had giant machines that had these big claws and shot fire, and they had a fire shower, and they wouldn't let me get in the fire shower because they said it was too fat. and then my dress would burn. And I said, well, that's fine.
To say nothing of, scalding or, third-degree burns.
No, it was fine. I took off my dress and just jumped right in, and they were very kind, though. They sprayed me down with water while it was going, so I just got a little charred.
That is a courtesy.
I have to find the pictures. That was a delightful evening.
I did once feel that I had a future in rap, yes. But, after seeing what really goes into it and all that, I think, well, I might be better suited for other pursuits.